Hey guys, it's Rufus. With Goyle losing his shields, shields are going to be a lot less common. And in order to watch entrances into sight, we will need to rely on other operators, Aruni being one of them. Aruni's gadget is best used on doorways that the attackers are likely to go through. However, at the same time, you need to be able to shoot them or else they won't be as effective. If you can't make the Aruni gates come back and shoot them, then your potential with these gates is a lot less. I'll give some examples of good placements for Aruni's gate. If you were defending the basement of Oregon, here would be some good spots. In order to watch pillar side, you can set a gate on the E-box door and single wall. These can both be shot from supply and they block essential entry points into supply. The last one would go in laundry and would be essential against a laundry push. If you were defending Aviator and games on Villa, here are some ideas. Having a gate on the skull door and aviator door would be essential. Since most attacks utilize study, this gate is extremely useful. If any attackers push the master side, you can easily prevent the attackers from getting into sight and planting behind the vault door. The best part about these though is that you can easily shoot them from within sight. I would also put a gate on the study door since most teams will use this doorway several times throughout the round. If you constantly shoot it and the attackers are forced to deal with it several times, you can really peck at the time and their utility. If you were playing on the top floor of Chalet, you could use these spots. A gate on the K9 door would make it harder for anybody to rush sight or throw projectiles into sight. I'd also set one onto the piano door since many people will sit in this hallway and sometimes try to enter piano. And then lastly, I'd have a gate on the master door in case the attackers push from the opposite side of the map. One thing you may notice about these placements is that they are all very close to sight. The reason for that is because the farther away from sight you place Aruni's gadget, the less likely it is for an attacker to run into it. For example, if you're attacking CCTV on Clubhouse, if you put this gadget onto the cache door, it will inevitably get into the way of anybody trying to rush sight from this doorway. The only way to avoid it is by pushing through the cache wall. However, even though the attackers can avoid this gate, you are making the attackers predictable. If the gate is still up, you will know that the attackers have to push through this wall in order to get into the site. If you place the gadget onto the construction door, the attackers have several ways to avoid it. They can enter construction through this wall, and this window. And so if you were to roam on the bedroom side of the map, placing a gate on this doorway would not be a good idea. That is because the attackers have so many ways of avoiding this gadget. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't use these gates away from sight either. In fact, if you're holding an area that you know the attackers have to clear, such as above sight, then using your Aruni gates above sight could actually be pretty useful. However, besides that, there's another way you can use these gates. If you have a Maestro in your lineup, you can set up an Evil Eye anywhere, and if this Evil Eye is able to watch an Aruni gate, then Maestro can turn the Aruni gates back on. This will be especially powerful when Maestro's cams are able to be used when he's dead. However, besides that little cool Maestro trick, Aruni's not only good at securing sight, she can be a pretty strong roamer. If you're roaming around, you have the ability to maneuver pretty much anywhere. You can open a rotation with 4 punches, and you can open a hatch with 1 punch. So if you're taking a gunfight and want to quickly retreat, you can just run away and open a hatch real quick. Now if you want to follow my Twitter, Discord server, or Patreon, a link will be in the description below, but that's all I have to say for this video, and if you learned something, give the video a like, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Toodles!